In today's episode, my day gets off to a flying start.
For Heathrow Airport.
Oh yeah, no problem.
I also reveal how many miles a London cabbie racks up in an average day shift, and prizes are finally revealed for Guess the Fare. Hey, good morning, you crazy cats. It's Thursday, the 26th of June, and it's Tariff 1 today. Without further ado, let's get out. We're going to be talking about prizes for Guess the Fare today. And a lot of people ask me, how many miles does a London cabbie drive on the streets of London every day? Today we're going to find out. Let's go. And last episode's Guess the Fare, well, no one got it. It was £43 from South Kensington Station to the Tower Bridge Hilton on Tooley Street. Better luck in this episode. Right, let's get into the beast and get going. Okay, so currently I'm on 130,603 miles. That's how many miles this cab has done since 2019. And we'll find out exactly how many miles I do every day. Obviously, that's going to vary, I know. But let's see how many I do on an average working day in London. As you can see, there is a reset dial in the middle that resets every day and shows you my daily mileage. So I'm going to get an accurate number of the miles I knock out during this shift. And if you watched the last episode, you will know that now I am part of the 1 in 4 club. Yes, that's 1 in 4 drivers in London that have been slapped with a speeding ticket. So I have got the limiter on today. Yes, I'm one of the 700,000 who were given tickets last year in London. And I am on 20 miles an hour, and the limiter is making sure that I'm on 20 miles an hour. And we all know the score. I've headed to Holland Park roundabout, haven't I? Jumped over onto Holland Park Avenue and pulling into the Kensington Hilton, my favourite start to the morning. And well, I'm glad I did pull in, because then this happened.
Okay, I need to go to Terminal 4, Heathrow Airport.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Whoopity whoop, here we go. Terminal 4, first job of the day. Turn left onto the Holland Park Avenue and comply Holland Park roundabout. And you know what? I think we're gonna do Guess the Fare on this run. I don't think we've ever done a Guess the Fare to Terminal 4. In fact, I'm not even sure whether we've been to Terminal 4 together. Anyway, comply Shepherd's Bush Green, leave by Shepherd's Bush Road, and head south all the way towards Hammersmith Gyratory or Hammersmith Roundabout. If you want to play Guess the Fare, the flagfall starts at £4.20 and then increases in increments of 20p pieces, 4.40, 4.60. How much do you think the Kensington Hilton to Terminal 4 will be? I've jumped in the bus lane because that saves me time. And now I am at Hammersmith Roundabout, and the M4 is just around the corner heading out of London at this time of day. Don't forget to subscribe, folks. It's really appreciated. I'll keep putting this content out every fortnight, and bang, I'm on the Great West Road heading towards Hogarth Roundabout. And quickly going back to Guess the Fare, do not include the airport drop-off fee. It's the meter price only. Okay, comply Hogarth Roundabout, leave by Cedars Road, forward Ellesmere Road, just over Sutton Court Road there, heading in a westerly direction onto the Chiswick flyover. Stay on the elevated section in a westerly direction, heading all the way towards Heathrow Airport. However, I will be jumping off at Junction 3 for Terminal 4, because Terminal 4 lies south of Heathrow Airport. We need to get onto the other side. Terminals 2 and 3 and 5 are respectively M4 and M25. Okay, keep going in a westerly direction, trundle past the overpriced Hendon services until we can finally get a sniff of Junction 3 and start ebbing into that left lane. That collector will get us on to the Parkway this time of day in the morning. The Parkway is very busy. Lots of people trying to get into town. Therefore, things are going to get a little bit sticky up to the first set of lights. But after that, we are flying again. Chatting to my Dutch passenger, he was telling me this journey would be about the same time as his flight to Amsterdam, 40 minutes, and he's absolutely right. The first main set of lights are now in view. This is what's been holding everybody off, but they will go green, and away we go, just like we're shooting off on the grid of a Grand Prix. Get to the roundabout, leave by Parkway again, heading in a southerly direction right onto the Great South West Road. Going along the south side of Heathrow now, along the airport perimeter road. Keep an eye out for any low-flying planes. They will be passing us soon. And coming up to Terminal 4, we'll jump into the feeder on the left. That'll take us all the way around up into the Terminal 4 roundabout, lead by Stratford Road. Do a bend up and around the corner, set down on right. Thank you. Thanks very much. Well, that's a good start to the day, isn't it? Kensington Hilton to Terminal 4, and it was Guess the Fare. And from now on, there will be prizes for Guess the Fare. Yep, winners will get one of these fine woven, very high quality key tags marked taxi diaries. How do you get them? Well, email me if you've won at markmonroe@thesecretlondon.com. As you can see, you will never lose your key fob again if you've got one of these attached to it. Or you can DM me at Mark's Taxi Life Instagram. Do that. You can get one of these if you're a winner. These will also be available on the channel in the merch store, so check them out there, and if you want one, well, you can purchase one as well. Just to make it clear for the winners of Guess the Fare, those contact details are so that you can send me your details so that I can send you the fine woven keyring. Okay, heading back into town now. My preferred second rank is Hammersmith rank, as it's the nearest rank westbound when I'm coming back into town. So I put on at the back of the rank, and it's not long before I'm at the front of the rank. Nice little local job here to get me out of the traps. Okay, comply Hammersmith roundabout, or gyratory. I don't really know what's the difference. I think the gyratory is bigger. And then on the south side of the roundabout, try and get yourself into that left lane. Lots of people being very moody about letting you in. Anyway, I'm in, and now heading south on the Fulham Palace Road, coming up to Charing Cross Hospital. Traffic on the Fulham Palace Road is very sticky until we get past the Charing Cross Hospital. And down towards the lights, the Shell garage on the right will wait there just for a little bit. And then we hit the green light and we're through, heading south on to Fulham Palace Road. The ladder is on the right. It's a section of roads that, well, looks like a ladder basically, but we're doing left into Kingswood Road, then left Bronsart Road, and I will set neatly down on the left. Job number 2 completed. That was Hammersmith taxi rank to Bronsart Road. That's down Fulham Palace Road, which is opposite what we call the ladder. We call it the ladder. Well, take a look at an A to Z map or a map of London, and you'll see why the west side of Fulham Palace Road, the section of roads along there, are called the ladder. Just heading over North End Road at the double dip roundabout and then onto Lily Road. Well, certainly getting a bit lucky today because my third job awaits. Hi there.
Thank you. Charing Cross.
Charing Cross Station, yes,
please.
No problem. This is a great job because it gets me right back into the middle of the soup, and it's a good earner as well. So leave on left Lily Road, and before long I'm going to be jumping on to the Old Brompton Road, crossing over Earls Court Road. Redcliffe Gardens on the right, that goes down to Redcliffe Square, but it doesn't matter. We're heading east and staying on the Old Brompton Road here. The sun is struggling to get out today for a summer's day. I'm told it is going to be out in the afternoon, and in fact you will see in my later jobs that it turns out to be an absolutely beautiful day. Sticky today on the Old Brompton Road. I don't know why. Are some people still learning to drive? I hope you're not. I hope you've got a full license, because we can head now towards South Kensington Station. As a taxi driver, I've already planned the route out in my head for this job, and I've taken into account that there's no changing of the guard in the park on a Thursday, which is going to be very handy for me. So we'll see what happens. Forward onto the square, left Pelham Street. Now, my next focus is all going to be on Walton Street. At the end, left and right Walton Street, bear round to the left, go to the end, and then a right turn onto Pond Street. There are still temporary roadworks on Pont Street, so I will be cutting through Cadogan Place, as you'll see in a second, to avoid those roadworks. Left and right Cadogan Place, forward Loud Street, and then I'll be jumping over to West Halking Street, past the Waitrose on the left and Mosselman's Belfry, and bang, we are in Belgrave Square. Comply Belgrave Square, leave by Grosvenor Crescent. So we're entering the second part of this journey, really. Plenty of traffic. Grosvenor Crescent, we all know why. The underpasses are closed in both directions, but actually Grosvenor Crescent not too bad today. I've seen it a lot worse. Comply Hyde Park Corner. Where have you been all my life? Hyde Park Corner. Well, you're part of my life every day with this job. Left into Constitution Hill, and if you remember earlier, I said there was no changing of the guard on a Thursday, so bear that in mind. If you're going to be a London cabbie, you can go through the park on a Thursday, which makes a world of a difference if you want to get from west to east in double quick time. Okay, we're now on the Majestic Mall, heading towards Admiralty Arch. A little bit of traffic, but it's not too bad. Admiralty Arch, soon to be opened as a brand new Waldorf hotel. Ebbing my way into Trafalgar Square now, I'll be complying King Charles I roundabout, leaving King Charles I roundabout by Trafalgar Square, right turn onto Duncannon Street here, past St Martin's on the left, and then the Strand, right turn, set down on left. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, that was a good job. Lily Road to Charing Cross Station. That was job number 3. 2 big jobs really today. One little tiddler in the middle. Just going to take a little break and I'll be straight back for job number 4. Right. A quick break taken next to the Strand Hotel. Let's get back on the road for job number 4. Hi.
We want to go to the Camden market.
Yep, I was just about to pull away and the doors open at the side of the hotel and, well, I'm off to Camden Market. So forward and left from Exeter Street on to the Strand. Now this job is going to turn out to be a complete ballbuster. Traffic galore. Did a left into Drury Lane here, heading north, and then a right onto Kemble Street, and then a left onto Wild Street. However, there was a fire drill taking place, or a fire engine there, so it took a while to get through that. I need a right now onto Great Queen Street. Now, I'm going this way because the traffic queuing up for the Kingsway was absolutely atrocious. I couldn't even get a left turn onto the Kingsway from the Oldwich. That's why I thought Drury Lane would be a great way out. Well, I'm just going to hit the traffic again, going back onto the Kingsway. You'll see what I have in store after I take this left turn, and here we go. Now, this is going to be a crawl towards Southampton Row. As a cab driver, I'm always looking for options to get out and around, or shortcuts, or little rat runs and stuff like that. But for this particular journey, I have got no option. There's an ambulance there just trying to get through. This took absolutely ages. As I said, I've got no option but to stay on this main road heading north towards Euston Station. Finally get through that light and then through those roadworks there, then hit another set of roadworks. Temporary traffic lights here, and everyone's having to take their turn, and then some people take their turn and block the single lane on the right, so that causes problems. Temporary traffic lights all the way up to Euston Station. Then bang, I've hit another set of roadworks here. So that's another 5 to 6, 7 minute wait. Finally get through there once they unblock the lane on the right, get around, get into Russell Square, hit the red light, jump over the red light to Woburn Place. Okay, seem to be making some way now. Tavistock Square, then Upper Woburn Place. Well, I can start smelling Euston Station in front of me. Now cross over the Euston Road. Finally get over the Euston Road on the green light and jump onto Eversholt Street. Things start freeing up now, which is a big relief, not just for me, but for my passengers. As you can see, another set of temporary lights here. Going to head north and pass Oakley Square, having to wait again. Get past Oakley Square, Eversholt Street, right turn onto Camden High Street. My God, we are finally in Camden. I'll sit down on left for the market. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Bye. Bye. Bye, sir. Thank you. God, what a job that was. Now, that job went £29, and it should have been an £18 job, maybe a £21 job. 5 sets of roadworks coming up Southampton Road, Kingsway and Russell Square. Unbelievable. But, you know, what can you do as a taxi driver? It's not your bad. You've got to still carry on, finish the journey, and make sure that you get them there. But yeah, that was not a great run. Job number 4. From Camden High Street, I meandered my way around the block to Regent's Park and then down the outer circle towards a junction that Cycling Mikey calls Gandalf Corner, because thou shalt not pass, especially on the right side of the road. He's caught out lots of drivers here, and they have had to pay fines and get penalty points on their licenses. So watch out there if you see Cycling Mikey. Stay on the left side. It's being refurbished by the look of it now, so I have no idea what they're doing towards the junction. They're probably going to put some sort of restraint there to keep people on the left side of the road, which makes perfect sense, really. Okay, right turn into Harley Street, where I will be getting hold of job number 5, and it's going to be a biggie. Let's see where we're going now. Hi.
Hi, Hi there, going to Wimbledon, please.
No problem.
Thanks very much.
Great, I'm heading up out into the boondocks. Right, forward Harley Street, head in a southerly direction, right into New Cavendish Street. Wimbledon just round the corner. Wimbledon tennis starts next week, so I better get a practice Wimbledon run in for the Lawn Tennis Club. But this is going to Queen's Road in Wimbledon. Right, George Street now. Carrying on in a westerly direction on George Street until I butt up against the Edgware Road. Get to the Edgware Road, wait for a green light, and then I'll be crossing over onto Kendall Street. Kendall Street will then take me down to Connaught Street, right turn there, then left and right, Hyde Park Square, forward Strathern Place, past the Victoria Pub, forward Stand-Up Terrace, left Brook Street, and wait for my majestic entrance into Hyde Park. A little bit of a queue here, very frustrating, cars on the right trying to jump into the left lane. Go forward and south on to the West Carriage Drive. West Carriage Drive is running really well until I hit the traffic trying to get through the gate at the end. This bit of waiting time starts me thinking about what type of route I'm going to get to Queen's Road in Wimbledon. This is not really near the Lawn Tennis Association, but it's not far. So I've already told myself you are heading towards Chelsea Harbour and you're going to use your black taxi privilege to get you through that harbour and cut out Wandsworth Bridge Road, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. So as soon as I get through the gate, in the end the weather's changed. Things are getting brighter all the time, right onto the Prince Consort Road. Head to the end of the Prince Consort Road and I'll be confronted with the Queen's Gate. Left onto the Queen's Gate and head south, south, south. That's where we're going, and that's going to take us down to the King's Road, where I will pick up Milman Street, that tiny, very useful taxi street that gets me on to the Chelsea Embankment. So get through the lights here, forward Onslow Square, forward Onslow Gardens, forward Neville and Selwood Terrace, forward Old Church Street. Don't go to the end of Old Church Street. I did a right onto Mallard Street, then left the Vale right onto the King's Road. When I finally get access to a right turn, get the lights at Battersea Bridge Road, get over those left into Milman Street, this fantastic little taxi cut through, right onto the Chelsea Embankment once I get out of there, and then it's going to be left into Lots Road. Plenty of traffic here, but now I'm freed up to go through Chelsea Harbour, and Chelsea Harbour is a fantastic cut through for cabbies. We get access through the barrier, a fantastic taxi privilege that cuts out the Wandsworth Bridge Road for us, and we can just head down Townmead Road until we get to the lights at the end, and I can do a left turn onto the Wandsworth Bridge. Saves all that queuing on Wandsworth Bridge Road. So forward Wandsworth Bridge, get over to the south side of Wandsworth Bridge, comply at Wandsworth Bridge roundabout, leave it by Swandon Way. Head forward and bear left down Swandon Way. Bit of traffic here coming up to Wandsworth High Street. I need to budge over into the right lane. Right onto Wandsworth High Street. Going to go past Garrett Lane here and head south onto the Buckholt Road. Buckholt Road bends round to the Merton Road. This is southerly direction now, and Merton Road goes on for quite a way actually. And we're going to head down Merton Road until we hit Durnsford Road. Not far from the old Wimbledon dog track now. I don't even know if there are any dog tracks still existing in London at the moment. So we'll head south here, do a bit of a chicane soon, and a left, and I need a right turn onto Arthur Road at the garage here, then left Leopold Road, and Leopold Road's going to take me down and bear right onto Ashcombe Road. This route takes you into Wimbledon Central from a slightly easterly direction, but there's very little traffic, so keep going on Ashcombe right onto the Queen's Road. We are getting there, and I'll be setting down neatly on the left for the shopping centre.
Well, there you go. That was a job and a half. Harley Street to the centre of Wimbledon. I am south at the moment. I've just got to start heading back north for job number 6. So far I've had some really good jobs today, and I've only done 5. So I'm going to make my way up towards Wandsworth and then head back around Chelsea Harbour and hopefully get job number 6 there. We're going to rank up here, just outside Gambardo, which is a very popular children's play area, and outside the Imperial Wharf railway station. Let's see what happens. Okay, no problem. Yeah.
Little tiddler of a job here, do a U-turn right Town Mead Road, then right on to Imperial Road and head north. The lady was telling me that the buses were on diversion, that's why she was jumping in a cab. Left and right Bagley's Lane, that's New Kings Road in front of me. Going to wait for a green light, do a right there, left onto Harwood Road. Head north in and out of the bus lane. Wait for the red lights to turn green onto Fulham Broadway. Set down on left.
Thank you. A job in small job there. That was Chelsea Harbour to Fulham Broadway. Right, let's get back into the swing of things in town.
And I literally just did a U-turn, went towards the Broadway, and job number 7 was waiting for me.
Oh. Hi, sir.
Loving this job. It gets me right back into town where I can start getting my work back off the street. Fantastic. So let's head easterly on Fulham Road. Nice bread and butter job that gets me into town, and I'm thinking my next right turn is going to be Walton Street. So head east, like I said, onto the Fulham Road, past the Chelsea and Westminster Hospital. Fulham Road's normally pretty good to you, well, pretty good to me as a taxi driver. It's a mover. Get up towards Sydney Street. Well, this is the old Church Street junction. Pass over there, past the Marsden on the right, past Sydney Street on the right, and get up to Sloane Avenue on the right, but no right turn there. It's going to be right Walton Street, quick left. That is a chicane turn and a half. Head easterly until I get to Pont Street. Right onto Pont Street, follow the road round to the left. Roadworks, as I was saying earlier, on Pont Street, so I'm going to do a cut through here. Left onto Sloane Street, right onto Cadogan Place. Cadogan Place goes into Loud Street. Loud Street then morphs into West Howking Street, and voila, hello, welcome to Belgrave Square. There is actually a bailout here if the traffic is bad going into Grosvenor Crescent. That means bear round and go left into Chapel Street. However, sometimes that can be out of the frying pan into the fryers, so I stuck it out on Grosvenor Crescent. Weather absolutely fantastic now. Look at those summery blue skies. London is looking incredible this time of year. Please come and visit us. We always love to see you from wherever you are in the world. And I know some of my subscribers come from the 4 corners of the planet. Please come and visit us. Comply, Hyde Park Corner. Plenty of traffic as you can see around here. Let's leave Hyde Park Corner by Piccadilly. We're heading to Green Park Station. We're nearly there, folks. Nice run into town from Fulham Broadway. Set down on left.
Thanks very much. Whew. Fulham Road, got lucky there to Green Park Station. Got me back into the thick of it, which is what I like. Now, by my reckoning, that was job number 7. And they've all been pretty good jobs today, I must admit. And I cannot complain with the amount of work that is around on the street. As I was coming up Fulham Road, there was plenty of people trying to wave me down at the same time as having a passenger in the back. So it looks like it could be pretty busy in town. Just been, yeah, to the club, yep, no worries. Just been called in to the Lansdowne Club.
Leave on right Curzon Street, left Bolton Street. Bolton Street's fantastic because it gives us a left and right turn out onto Piccadilly. I'm doing a right turn and thinking I'm going to head down through the park, Constitution Hill for the barracks. However, the traffic was horrendous. Something was going on up towards Hyde Park Corner. So I'm thinking, no, it's going to be a U-turn and head back down St James's towards Marlborough Gate. I'm free. I've done a U-turn. I've explained to the passengers in the back where I'm going. They're very happy with the new route, and right onto St James's Street. Get down to the Marlborough Gate roundabout, complying Marlborough Gate roundabout, leave and forward Marlborough Gate. And Marlborough Gate will take me into the park and up to the Mall, where I'm going to take a right turn. Lots of traffic here. Probably they were diverting from the Piccadilly debacle as well. So heading towards Buckingham Palace in this new revised route. Wait for the red to go green, and then it's a right turn. Beautiful run up to Buckingham Palace today. Stay in the left lane for the Spur Road down to Birdcage Walk. Right turn onto Birdcage Walk. Stay in the left lane, and then it's a left turn onto Buckingham Gate. Head in a southwesterly direction, and then left Petit France. Set down on left.
There we go. That is Lansdowne Club to the Wellington Barracks. Now, to my reckoning, that was job number 8. I'm back in town, so the work's coming thick and fast, unlike the big drive outs and drive ins which I've been doing today. So yeah, let's just see how it goes. Maybe I'll get into double figures and keep going. Who knows?
Just a little shimmy out then from Petit-France, and then jumped onto Victoria Street, where job number 9 was racing across the road to wave me down.
Hi sir.
It's Paddington, mate,
Sure,
please.
no problem.
I cannot believe the amount of padders I do from Victoria Street. I do so many Paddingtons from Victoria Street, it's unbelievable. Let me know out there in the comments, you cab drivers, if you get lots of Paddingtons from Victoria Street. Anyway, we are still on Victoria Street, heading in a northwesterly direction. Soon we'll get through the lights and we're in Grosvenor Gardens. Grosvenor Gardens jumps on to Grosvenor Place. I'm going in and out of that bus lane, of course. Mostly in the bus lane, as you can see, because I know the traffic is still going to be pretty horrendous around Hyde Park Corner. Get around Hyde Park Corner, stay in the left lane for my left turn onto the Majestic Park lane. Stay in the bus lane on the left. Pretty lucky on this run, just the one bus in front of me. I overtake that and head north at 20 miles an hour towards Cumberland Gate. Get to the north of Park Lane and then it will be a left and a right turn. Beautiful day, like I said. Hopefully the weather will stay like this. Heat wave coming in 2 days. Right turn in Cumberland Gate, left on to Bayswater Road, right turn onto Hyde Park Street, coming up past the rest rank there, forward Hyde Park Square, forward Hyde Park Crescent, and then head towards Southwick Street. That gives me a left turn onto Sussex Gardens, right Norfolk Place, left Parade Street, and I'll sit down on the left.
Let's talk about job 9. Victoria Street up to Padders. Next job's going to be double figures.
Yep, double figures on the way. Job number 10 headed down towards Hyde Park Square and meandered through Connaught Village. Nice part of London round here, and even nicer when you're getting job number 10 off the street.
I have a fair in Connaught Village. That's what they call it now. It's very posh. Hi.
Right, I'm off to the Manor Restaurant on New Oxford Street. That's not Manor, that's Manor. Didn't even know it existed, to be honest. Forward Connaught Street, forward Upper Berkeley Street. This is basically a west to east run heading towards Tottenham Court Road. So keep going on Upper Berkeley Street, forward Portman Square. Portman Square, once we get over it, we'll get stuck at the lights here. And Portman Square will get me onto Fitzhardinge Street once I get a green. Comply Manchester Square, leave by Hines Street, and then jump over onto Bentnick Street. Then a right turn onto Welbeck Street, head all the way south to the end, and cross over Wigmore Street in the process. Left Henrietta Place, right Vere Street, and we know where we're going now. It's a straight line left turn onto Oxford Street, all the way to New Oxford Street. And Manny, the new restaurant, I've never even heard of it. Let me know if you've heard of that restaurant before and what type of food it serves up. Might give it a try. Still loving the flags up in Oxford Street. It's a nice feel to the area, I must say. This is heading towards Tottenham Court Road now. And before long, I'll be crossing over the Tottenham Court Road junction and setting these wonderful passengers down on the left. And please, don't forget to subscribe. Your support for the channel is really appreciated.
Okay, 10 jobs today. Now, before I outro, I'm going to drive home and then I can give you the exact mileage from door to door for a taxi driver's shift in London. Okay, I made it back home. How many miles did I knock up today during my Thursday daytime shift? Well, it was actually 77.4 miles. Now, if you take off the drive in and the drive home, that's probably another 9 miles. You're looking at just 68 miles. And today that included a run out to the airport. That's 20 miles there and back, and also a run down to Wimbledon. So I'd say that was just a tiny bit above the average. So 65 to 70 miles a day is what I normally do as a London cab driver. Anyway, thanks for watching today. Leave any comments down below. Hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell. And don't forget to leave your answers for Guess the Fare. Remember, there's prizes now. Until next time, see you back here.